What's up, guys? Arkham Knight here, bringing you another review of this Friday, the week 3. Doing a countdown. Friday 13th Part 3 in 3D. In case you haven't been following, I'm doing a review, or talking about, of each Friday 13th film in order, every Friday, one a week. Leading up to the release of Crystal Lake Memories documentary. So, anyway, today we're on week 3. We're talking about Friday 13th Part 3. And, by the way, there will be spoilers in this. So, if you haven't seen it, which, if you're watching this video, I'm 95% sure you've seen this. But, if in case not, then please turn this off, go watch it, and come back and watch the video. Anyway, getting into it. Let's see, Friday the 13th Part 3. One of my childhood favorites. I guess I can do a quick little synopsis. Let's see. This movie takes place at the end events of Part 2, where Jenny puts the machete in Jason's neck, and we're led to believe, well, not going to spoil that one, but you know what happens in Part 2. But anyway, it has a shot of Jason taking the machete out of his neck and starts to crawl away, and then we're led by disco themed Friday the 13th. Kind of an odd choice, but I can't lie. I actually like it, but it's just a very strange choice for a horror film. But you know, it's fun to watch, I guess. And anyway, we come back. Oh, in the credits it says, you know, it's directed by Steve Miner, and it stars Dana Kimell. Let's see, Dana Kimell, Paul Kratka, Tracy Savage, Jeffrey Rogers, Catherine Parks, Larry Zerner that plays Shelley, where Jason gets his hockey mask, and Richard Brooker, which, by the way, sad news, he passed away this past April, in case you didn't know. Richard Brooker did pass away this past April. Not quite sure what his cause of death was. I didn't look into that, but he passed away back in April, if I'm not mistaken. Really sucks. I really wanted to meet him. You know, at least we got to hear his side of the story of these films on interviews and Q&As at conventions. At least we were able to get that. So, Richard Brooker, we will miss you. Anyway, after the title sequence, you see Jason that magically goes bald and grows a foot taller. Looks a little bit bigger compared to Part 2, but we're not going to be picky. But he goes by a convenience store of a married couple that are not too happy with each other, apparently. You got a woman that's bitchy and always likes to rag on her husband, eats too much, doesn't help around the house or whatever. And the other guy, feel bad for him. But anyway, Jason gets there. Apparently Jason steals clothes from there, because if you remember the last one, he wore overalls. Now in this one, he wears work pants and a green work shirt. It's a little different because he wore plaid and overalls in the last one. I guess he didn't want to have blood stains. But anyway, I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. He kills them, I guess because the guy, the husband, went against his diet. So I guess Jason felt he had to kill him. And another thing I noticed in this, and this is not the only Friday the 13th film, how the husband died in this, where he gets the meat cleaver in his chest. Why on earth do these people, because it shows him being freaked out by a rattlesnake, and he runs to the bathroom, and by the way, I was wearing these high def sound headphones when I watch this movie, so I can hear things I don't really normally hear. Those are really good to invest in, because I have a PlayStation 3 and I got the little, it's $100, but anyway, Just saying, you hear things that you never heard before in games and movies. Pretty cool. I could hear in high def of the farting on the toilet, but I noticed nobody wipes their ass in these movies, especially this one. There's, what, 2 people take shits and they don't wipe their ass. Sorry for cussing, but a little disgusting. But anyway, just a random thought I should throw out there. I just don't understand why people can't wipe their ass in this series. But anyway, Jason kills them. The husband gets a meat cleaver in the chest. The angry wife gets knitting needles, I'm not sure what you call them, in the back of her head. And it shows, the next scene is a group of kids in a van going up there, Scooby-Doo style in the van. The mystery machine, I like to call it. A group of kids, I want to say they're in college. I'm not 100% sure. I think one of them mentions that they lived in a dorm, Shelly and the jock. I think. I could be wrong. I don't remember. But yeah, they go up there. Shelly has a blind date. She's just kind of like, oh God, what a nerd. And they go along. There's a jock, a pregnant woman that's, I guess she was a cheerleader before she got pregnant. And you got Chris, played by Dana Kimell. She's the lead heroine. 2 Cheech and Chong rejects. Chuck and Chili, if I'm not mistaken, their character names. And Shelley, which played by Larry Zerner. And I can't remember who plays Catherine Parks. I think that's... I could be wrong. I'm not going to say who that is because I might get it wrong. But Shelley's blind date. I think I got that wrong. I can't remember. But anyway, they get to the lake house, which apparently belongs to Chris's family. And you can kind of tell beginning of the film there's some kind of little dropped lines like, oh, I'm just, not really looking forward to going back to this place. We're led to believe something bad happened to her, which I don't pay that much attention to it. But yeah, we never find out exactly what's going on with Chris and why she doesn't want to go back there until later on in the movie. They show up, and there's a bunch of little cheap scare gags of Shelley pretending he got killed, and so we're led to believe, oh no, Jason made a kill. Just a bunch of almost... No, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say boring, but I don't know. Let's just say I'm really wanting this movie to move along a lot quicker and get Jason to get to the kills, because the whole entire movie, basically, he's hanging around in the barn until, Shelley goes in there with a hockey mask, and that's near the 3rd act. So, anyway, and after Shelley's little prank against Chris, she gets all upset because some tragic thing, and she won't tell anybody what's wrong with her. So her and Rick, played by Paul Kratka, they leave the camp, which is a classic thing in the Friday the 13th series. I think they do it from 1 to 6. I don't remember them doing it in part 7, where it's the classic, the lead heroine or hero, whatever, they get to the site and they leave and they come back and all their friends are dead. Except for part 1, because he got killed at the very entrance, the owner. But I noticed that, so they disappear, and I gotta do this. I gotta do a second part of this video, so please come back. I will be back in a second.